Hello and welcome to a special Today in Gaming news segment with me, Dom, and James. So, today is Thursday the 11th of June 2020, and the PS5 reveal event has just finished. So, James, do you want to kind of give us your thoughts on it?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot to go through, but we'll just filter out the best stuff. Obviously, the hardware's been revealed. It looks something from Star Trek, and yeah, no price. But the big thing is of it. There's a digital version, an all digital version, which will obviously the big thing now. How much is this thing going to cost? If you have two models, you're going to have two price points, which means the disc version is not most likely. It will be the more expensive, the more expensive version. And the discless version will be, the
cheaper, more affordable, kind of.
The more affordable, but the affordability difference will be probably like it will be no more than £100.
I can only see them doing that for the only reason I can see them do that is potentially doing like disc releases first, and then saying you'll get that in like 3 months on the digital. But then the future looks more and more digital. Yeah. So it's a bit strange. Or maybe it's backwards compatibility.
It's setting up
backwards compatibility, yeah.
No, but all tech companies are setting up for an all digital future. We're heading there, especially in the current climate that we're in the world. How much digital services have been of use? Like, look at streaming services. It's the way of the future. I mean, like, physical media is dying.
Yeah.
Slowly, but it'll still be like physical games will be around for at least another decade.
Maybe a good few years, but
yeah. I mean, it's not going to go because obviously size and everything. But
the thing is,
you've definitely got this decade, but next decade is a bit more of a don't know.
The Stadia. The Google one, that's digital, isn't it? I haven't really paid attention to that because
it's a streaming box.
Yeah,
it's not it's a streaming service for games.
Yeah, because I've heard some bad things about that.
Yeah,
a lot bad there.
Barely runs, and you need like Godspeed internet to run it, and there's barely anything on it. So
it's not a very good idea. Like
no, it is,
but it's not.
It's the infrastructure.
Thing is, though, right? The Stadia just reminds me of those like old kind of Hasbro games or something like that, like on the Xbox or whatever. I don't know. They're probably not on those consoles, but like it'd be like Game of Life and Monopoly.
Oh, you're talking about like the
what?
It's got library. Stadia. It has a library.
The library kind of like thing, yeah. Oh, that's really broken up.
They got Red Dead.
Wait, Red Dead 1 or 2? Oh, Red Dead 2, isn't it?
Red 2, Mortal Kombat, Doom Eternal.
So they've got a few things.
Yeah. They have got partnerships, but the problem is like it's such like we're not talking about, but like it's a Google thing. They get fed up after like 6 months on anything.
Yeah, but
so it's just probably it'll probably get canned within the next 2 years.
They should have left it to the professionals, or even partnered with them.
A new gaming company should rise up. It's not even like a new gaming company should like come in and Google is a company that could do it.
Or it's Apple, It's those kind of companies.
Apple's desperate now.
Oh yeah.
If you look at Apple is desperate. I mean,
I'll say
Apple too. Yeah.
To go back to PS5. So they announced a few exclusives, But I was saying to my little brother because they announced Spider-Man Miles Morales. I was basically just saying, like, if they really wanted to, they could wait a few months and then just say, "Hey, everyone else, we're going to release this as a bundle." Push the price right up, and then just push it out there for other consoles and stuff because they know people will buy it.
Yeah, this isn't a PS4. This won't be on PS4.
No.
Spider-Man Miles Morales will not be on PS4.
No,
They will use it for subs. They will use it to ship the console.
What game?
This is
There's a few games like this, aren't there?
Yeah, there's like Last Light and Uncharted Lost Legacy. It's one of those.
And Far Cry, New Dawn, and Primal. Like it uses
Primal was a full game.
Primal. Yeah, Primal.
New Dawn was one of these more mid-tier, mid-budget sort of. Yeah.
Primal was, but it used the same map pretty much as Far Cry 4.
That makes sense.
So it's that same idea.
It's not a fully fledged game because Insomniac is working on 2 games at the moment.
I think it's pretty safe to say that they want to have. I haven't played obviously because I haven't got a PlayStation, but
you should.
I should play just for these games. But isn't it? It doesn't Miles like get his powers at the end of the first Spider-Man game?
Yeah, and then throughout the 3 DLC stories, because there's 3 chapters, it follows. It's basically it's a Hammerhead story.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's all right. It's not as good as the game.
It's a DLC story.
It's like it's more of like just a continuation. It's like, but it's not the main thing. And he is teaching Miles throughout the game, but it's only through phone calls, and it's only like at the end of it. It's only at the end of it, like he finally goes, he jumps off and that's it. He jumps off the building and that's it.
Yeah, but I think this will be like a kind of introduction to the character. Not introduction, but kind of getting used to the powers and stuff.
But I think this is because here's the thing: this can't be a sequel because the Peter Parker story is not done.
No, that's what I mean. Like, so Peter Parker's going to show up in this game, but it's going to be like, I think this is going to be like a branch game from Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Showing you the character.
This is the epilogue to Spider-Man PS4, and it's the prelude to Spider-Man 2. That's where it slots in, and I think it's going to cut the turns to Spider-Man, but that's where it's going to fall, and I think I think if you played it and you knew how it ended, Spider-Man 2 is going to have co-op. Your dual character.
Oh yeah.
It's going to have that. I mean, that is obvious now, but yeah, it's interesting. I mean. But it will not be on PS4. No way Sony will put it on PS4.
So Hitman 3, which was announced,
I've not played Hitman, but I need.
I've played the first one. I bought it because I thought, and it's a game where I kind of like think I shouldn't have bought that because it's yes, but when I bought it, it was the complete edition. So. Not definitive. It was just like the complete season because it wasn't on sale. So, but I played it, and it's a bit too like storyless, and it just feels a bit too kind of restrictive sometimes. And it does get
doing missions.
Yeah,
you're saying it for what it is. It doesn't reach what it could be.
Oh God, no! But like Hitman Absolution, I think it was. The one before the remake.
The reboot.
But that one, played that game, loved that game because it had like had a story to it, had different locations. The locations were mostly kind of built up and had stuff to them, like there was houses to go into and stuff like that. And this just like it went from that to like little maps. Like they're amazing maps, yeah, but it also felt a bit kind of small somehow, if you get what I mean. Like the world got bigger, but it felt kind of smaller because there wasn't much to do. You just like kill these people in different ways, and
you like open your scope, but you don't know how to do it.
Yeah, so
I'll keep an eye out for Hitman. That's added to the list.
Hitman 3 is the last in this trilogy, from what we know.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Doesn't surprise me.
That's Insomniac's next big game.
Oh.
Game. That's the new next Insomniac game, and it's just another Ratchet and Clank game. It's a sequel to the reboot that happened in 2016, which was a tie into the film but a remake of the original.
There was a film?
Yeah, there's a Ratchet and Clank film.
I didn't know that. That was...
Yeah, and the game is a tie-in, but it's a remake of the original game.
Well, that sounds pointless.
So we remade the game, so we rebooted the game, so it's a new game called Rift Apart, and, well, it's platforming, and it's obviously now since PlayStation's acquired Insomniac fully, so Insomniac's because they were a third-party studio, independent studio for a long time, where they would just go to publishers and whatnot, which means we could see Sunset Overdrive on PlayStation.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Because Insomniac own the Sunset Overdrive IP, they don't own that game on Xbox. But if they wanted to make a new game, on PlayStation.
Looking at this list of games, so we've got Horizon Forbidden West. Is that Zero Dawn sequel?
Oh, yeah, that's Zero Dawn. That's a sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, so it wasn't stated to be a release, which everybody thought it was going to be a release title.
What, so when it first comes out, yeah.
Launch title.
Then we got Ghostwire Tokyo. No clue what that is.
That's the Bethesda game. It's it's meant to be like a psychological horror where like the trailer showed it to be like everybody like got dusted essentially, like like a biblical event happened.
Yeah,
and it's like you got all these like spirits like demons and.
That's set in Tokyo, is it?
Yeah.
And then we got Demon's Souls. Which
that's the Demon's Souls remake by Bluepoint, which is obviously by originally made by From Software, so it's a Soulsborne game.
Yeah,
and I'm not well versed in Soulsborne. I haven't played them. I am terrified to. I think I'll start on Bloodborne.
We've got another one of them. We got Resident Evil 8.
Resident Evil 8, yeah. So it's meant to be set a few years after 7, and it's obviously like. And somebody who's new to Resident Evil, but starting to go through it. It's set in Resident Evil 8, it's set in the village, which is...
Lost you a bit there.
And it's like... Oh, did you? Oh, well. Yep. Obviously, Resident Evil 8, it's set in a village. What's it called? Village, Resident Evil 8. That didn't give it away. Yeah, so just more Resident Evil. And this is... I can't really say much because I'm new to it.
Yeah, I've not really played. And then we got a Little Big Planet game, I assume. Sackboy: A Big Adventure.
Made by Sumo Digital.
Oh.
So this looks like...
Well then, that's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
I need to research that.
Yeah, I think you will.
Yeah.
Well, basically, it's... By the looks of it, they're not binding Sackboy to Little Big Planet. Which is... Because you really think about it, Sackboy... can be PlayStation's Mario.
Yeah.
Presented.
It's a very fun character, isn't it?
It's a very fun character. It's a likable character. It's a universally, like age appropriate character. So a voiceless character, like non-speaking. I mean, like a lot of Nintendo, but it's the most child friendly you can get. But not necessarily a bad thing, but like it's the most. Yeah. So and it would make sense to like, okay, let's take him out of Little Big Planet and sort of like exploit for what other things this character could do. So now we're getting a platforming game.
It's a very obviously Sackboy and Little Big Planet is a PlayStation exclusive. I've played it like once, twice, in the past. But wasn't a big part of like kind of customization, like different outfits and stuff and crossovers.
The whole creative aspect of Little Big Planet.
So obviously,
this is probably more going to be like a game where you follow Sackboy, much like
it's probably
a Mario game.
It's probably a bit more like Super Meat Boy in style. Like you have characters, but they're very similar in kind of appearance and stuff.
Yeah, it could be.
Then we got Gran Turismo 7.
Gran Turismo 7.
Yeah, just a car game. Don't think we need to say much about that one. Just
no, we will. We will, because I love Gran Turismo. I know, honestly, I didn't play Sport because I didn't like what Sport was going for. So I'm not going to criticize it for it, but that's beside the point. But 5 and 6, I've put so many hours into those games. It's unreal. But yeah, it's a car game. It's pretty, but even then, it's pretty bog standard for a console. I think between you need a car game. is a hardware game.
It's Forza or Gran Turismo. Yeah, those are the main two.
Well, PlayStation doesn't have an arcade game. This is a simulator. Forza Simulator, Horizon's the arcade game. If we had to like.
Oh yeah. But obviously, that's the thing, because Gran Turismo, it doesn't have a Horizon, so I think that's why it kind of it lost on its Steam, I think, because of the fact that like it just doesn't have that kind of different kind of aspect to it sometimes.
Yeah, I think, but like Gran Turismo is used for if you were to go to like Silverstone or something like that.
Yeah. Or
like any sort of like car like with motorsport event, guarantees you they've got like a whole bit. Not even guaranteed, but they've probably got like a station set up where you're playing Gran Turismo.
Yeah, because the thing with that is nowadays they do use different simulators, obviously, but the game ones are a lot more accessible and probably a bit cheaper. Just being real. The next game, if you want to,
demonstration thing. It's also a demonstration thing.
The next game is it's a very new game. It's it's a really great game. It's Grand Theft Auto 5, and then separated from that is Grand Theft Auto Online, which I don't know. Like, I'm
actually shocked that this happened. No,
I don't know how you're shocked at that. I mean, it's coming.
I'm shocked that you start off with it.
I'm surprised they didn't announce Red Dead 2.
It's not shocking. I'm shocked it was not Red Dead Redemption 2.
It just makes more sense, doesn't it?
But it goes, I think. Well, it goes. We're not getting a new GTA game until now, 2023.
Oh no! There's
no way we don't get
unless the whole point is. So GTA Online has become a separate entity.
Yeah, that's going to transfer over. That will transfer over into GTA 6. No way they don't.
No, but the thing is, what if they use GTA Online to go, hey, you have your account, and we're just going to add in another location to that game? Because they could do that. Yeah, a smaller one.
You make your GTA 6, you make the money, and you do the same thing.
Yeah, but then they realise that GTA 5, GTA Online, for GTA 5 will lose interest.
They want to separate GTA and GTA Online. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's proof that they're doing it. And okay, how do we do that? Okay, we sell them GTA.
No, but what if they would say, right, you've got your character, so your online player, and that player is in both the games. So just transfer the
story mode.
No, online. So you change location, all that, but you just say your character's account, so money and all that stuff. Can stay the same.
GTA Online will always be a constant. Like, say when GTA 6 comes out, our online character will be the same one we used.
Yeah, it'll have to be.
I mean, why wouldn't you do?
Well, not necessarily like a direct port, but the stats and all that stuff. Maybe
that's going to happen because we live in the world, like the time of online service games, and if they're separating GTA Online, it's going to be like Destiny and Fortnite now. That's how they're going to do things, because Destiny recently had their first Fortnite live event.
What, like stuff changed?
Yeah, and this can go into. I'm not going to talk about Destiny now, but Destiny.
No.
But ever since they've broken away from Activision, Bungie fully owns Destiny, and they can do what they want now, completely, and they're having more online events, and I think, and this also goes into the thing, Rockstar wants as many people on GTA Online now. They want. This is proof. They were free on Epic Games just recently,
and it wasn't just the base edition; it was the one that it was the not premium. Well, yeah, it was premium, but it gives you the starter pack thing for online. Yeah. So you get a penthouse, you get bunkers, all that stuff. You get.
But is that the standard edition now?
No.
Cool. Oh, isn't it? Oh.
So I have more stuff on my laptop version, just straight away.
Transfer that over to your.
No, because it's a different account, because it's Epic Games, not Xbox. So that's the one pain.
I want to say that in the next stage, it feels like a new stage for Rockstar and GTA with what they're doing at the moment.
Yeah.
Because
It's a bit like...
There's a cycle online that shows what happens to an MMO. You buy it at first, you buy a couple... We haven't had expansions, but, you know, and then at some point it becomes free to play. It's becoming essentially free to play now.
Yeah. Obviously, it was only on laptop, though.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about, like, no, there's something like on PlayStation.
Oh, no, actually, it was on Game Pass, wasn't it? So...
And there's another thing, like on GTA Online now, GTA is going to a standalone release next year. It's going to standalone release.
End of next year is weird.
Which means it's becoming next half next year.
No, but that's still a year away.
Yeah. That means it's becoming a free standalone piece, which is the next stage of an MMO, and then it probably ekes it out for another 5 years until another refresh, or it just dies. The next refresh, if we say, is in 5 years, would be GTA 6. But here's another thing about the GTA thing. Why the hell is it taking a year?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's too...
Why that long?
Saints Row Remastered. Yeah. That was announced, and I think it was 2 months or something like that from it being announced to being released. 2 months. Yeah. And, you know, and they wanted to get, like, a bit of hype, but then they knew it wasn't, like, anywhere near, like, GTA kind of coming to another console, which I don't think is going to get as hyped as they would hope it will. But it's still going to get a kind of buy in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. However, like, the whole thing is like it says enhanced, so obviously a remaster of a remaster, and what's the other thing? Oh, and expanded.
Is that about GTA Online or the whole thing?
GTA.
But GTA.
GTA 5. Does that mean story DLC?
You'd have to look at what the actors have been doing. Although, it could just be one of the actors, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Because they know how to hide people. Like, they know how to hide what they're doing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind saying that. Obviously, I'd be happy if it... I'd be happy if it came to the Xbox One and stuff.
Oh, no, it is.
Yeah.
No, the new Xbox is coming to new Xbox too.
Well, yeah. I don't even really... Did they even announce any stuff for that? Like, exclusives or not?
No, not yet. They've just done third party. Yeah, but that's the thing I'm looking at. Enhanced, expanded, and enhanced versions of GTA 5 are coming. So what are you expanding if it's not already there?
Well, if I would initially say, like, oh yeah, that means GTA Online, they're going to have, like, a big update for the launch, and that might be what they're working on. But then...
Yeah. And if they're separating GTA Online 2, they could be adding them to city, like, you know, the other cities.
That's what I mean. Like, GTA Online, if they make it a separate entity...
Yeah.
And they... I don't know how they do it, but they could potentially do it where they're like, you go on it, you have your base game, you have your two online versions, so you've got GTA Online for GA5, so San Andreas, whatever it is. Then you've got... GTA 6 Online, so Vice City or wherever it is, and it's like, you know, was it Modern Warfare? Was
the
it
new one?
No, the remaster. What was it?
Yeah,
I think
what Modern Warfare?
No, it wasn't that. There was a game that came out, and it was like you clicked on the game, but there was 2 files to download for that game, and it was 2 separate games.
Oh yeah. I mean that happens for a lot of games. You can download the multiplayer version or single player version.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did GTA Online like that, and it's your character. Like,
yeah, I mean, your character now, whatever character you've made on whatever platform, will be the same character that will be used for all GTA going forward. I think that's together. But I think it's obvious Rockstar will get to the point with Grand Theft Auto where you get multiple cities.
Oh yeah, that's the next evolution of it, really.
That's the next evolution. I think maybe first you do, yeah, but that's besides the point. I think we're gonna go off on tangent about Rockstar again.
Yeah, I think we would. Right. So we got Stray, Returnal, Kena, Bridge of Spirits, Destruction All Stars, Oddworld Soulstorm, Kena Bridge. I just read that one. Why is that again?
Goodbye Volcano High.
Jet the Far Shore.
Dinosaur People. People. Yeah, literally, it's like Life is Strange meets. Watch the trailer. Watch it, and you. You'll see.
Wait, is it like Deathloop? Oh, yeah. Jet the Far Shore. Godfall?
Godfall looks like an like a MOBA.
Yeah, I think...
It looks like a what's it called? What's that Ubisoft game? For Honor.
Titanfall.
No, For Honor.
For Honor. Oh, that's the fighting one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why I said Titanfall. That's probably not even Ubisoft, is it? Or whatever.
Deathloop looks really good.
What is Deathloop?
It looks like Dishonored, but I think it's Bethesda game. It plays like Dishonored.
Wait, Bethesda.
No, it's not Bethesda. It's one of the big. It's not Bethesda game studios. It's one of the Bethesda studios.
Is it like ID or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of those sort of like game. Yeah. So like Dishonored, it's like Dishonored, but there's these two assassins that are rivals. They've got targets. We go, it's one of those sort of like classic. There's an assassin, but I'm an assassin, and I hate that. Like one of those sort of things. But those targets are the same targets, but I need to kill them, but if you kill them, they can... Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, but it's called Deathloop, right? Which means you die and you live... It's like Groundhog Day as well. They're just continuing over and over until, obviously, what happens in the story, and, yeah.
I'm just looking at the pictures, and it looks, well, interesting.
It's got this 70s vibe to it.
Yeah.
So, like...
The art style and stuff,
the art style. It looks, honestly, it feels like that like sort of vibe.
Oh, it looks just like Dishonored, like the streets and stuff in it.
Well, it's because it probably had the level design how it due to accompany the gameplay.
What's next? Little Devil Inside. Anything to say on that?
I forgot it. I must have been out from something else.
Then we've got Bug Snacks, Astro's Playroom, and Pragmata. And then we've also got NBA.
Really like...
But it's NBA, so we're not going...
Abstract. Yeah, NBA is NBA.
It's NBA, yeah.
I don't play sports games.
Well, it's just basketball, so it's like FIFA, isn't it? It's no different, really.
It's like, you know what you're getting, and the people who will buy it regardless, so, yeah.
Even though they could just keep them one they have, It's pretty much the same.
I think let's bring it back down to let's bring it back round to the hardware.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a powerful thing. And then the games are going to be, it's going to be interesting now soon between Xbox, who's going to win the console war, because I said before that, what's it called? That PlayStation's been playing it very weird up until this point. Now we're at that point. And it's interesting where they are, because they've done no crap to like, what's it called? They haven't tripped over yet. Is what I'm trying to say.
They've not bollocksed it up. They know what they're doing.
I was trying to dance around they haven't cocked it up yet.
Yeah.
But one of them will have to. Well, I don't know if one of them will have to.
No.
Necessarily, but
one of them's going to beat the other one. In some regard.
One's going to be the other one, but how will that happen?
Now,
PlayStation's obviously dominating at the moment, so by proxy, this one should just go straight into the next.
I will say, I like the design aspect they've gone for, and I like how they've kept it very, like, the design goes for all of what they've done.
Yeah, it's a consistent design.
If you look at it, they've got the controller charging port, I assume, and that kind of design of that looks very similar to like the top of the console, kind of the black bit with a bit of the gap, and then the white is it's quite a slim line. Kind of, it looks a bit aerodynamic, but it's obviously not like it's not going to go anywhere.
A lot of the reason for that aerodynamic design is so it gets it's a cooling system.
Yeah. Now the only thing I will say is those big white like kind of triangles that basically stick out on the end.
What, the panels?
Yeah. They're gonna like draw in dust like hell.
Yeah.
That's the only design flaw I can see on that thing. And its shape doesn't look like you can lie it down as such.
Oh, it can be, but you need to stand because there's
Does the stand come separately? Does it?
No. I think they have to pack it with this one.
And those headphones. Those headphones look like Yorkshire puddings. They look.
But no, it's gonna be interesting. Disc version and discless version, which means 2 price points, and how much is it going to be? How much do you think it's going to be?
Well, Xbox hasn't released a price yet, have they?
Neither have they, so they're waiting on the other. So they can't anymore.
How much was the Xbox One and PlayStation 4?
At launch, I think it was like 350. I think it was like 350 to 400.
So,
but I'm saying most likely it was 350.
So, I'm thinking...
350, 400?
I'm thinking, like... Yeah, if it was 350, then I could see them trying to do it for about the same price.
The digital version will be 350 and 400 will be the disc version.
Yeah, because they want to... They don't want to alienate people. Like, I bought a laptop for about, like, 600 quid, yeah. Just good price of a good laptop, decent laptop. And if I was to see, PlayStation or Xbox Series X, whatever it is, it's only £500, I'd look at that and say, well, I'm not going to buy that then, because I haven't got 500 quid lying around.
But knowing how weird the world is, are these consoles... Because next month could be a very different world, as time has proven.
Well,
so we don't even know if these things are coming, but they should. I mean,
they'll come out.
Before Christmas. But knowing how the economy is going to be, I mean, are these things even going to sell that much?
It really does depend on how we are after all this stuff that's happened. Being a bit coy there.
Next big landmark.
September is the next landmark because it's obviously after summer holidays and we're going back to university and school and stuff. And
that September's the next big milestone indicator of where we will be. So
to round out, to kind of come to a close on this, before we finish, a game that isn't listed here, and I have no idea if it's linked to this, but there's a game called 13, an old Ubisoft game. Have you heard of it or not?
No, I have not. But
it was based on a comic, I'm pretty sure. But basically, I played it. It was on the original Xbox and stuff, but it was backwards compatible because the Xbox 360. So I played it, and I absolutely loved the game. Like, it was such cool. Like, it was different. It's like you could punch a window and pick up the glass shards and stuff. And it was kind of very different. It had a story to it where you're going like trying to remember stuff. You're trying to kill like these people. Like the levels were all different, and it had a killer ending because it had a cliffhanger that wasn't resolved. They've announced a kind of remaster of that game, and it looks sick.
Which means that they're probably going to resolve that cliffhanger.
Yeah. They're going to have to. Although it isn't by Ubisoft, I saw. So that means that someone's...
Also, for me...
I get the feeling someone's bought this.
Studio.
Yeah, but Ubisoft... I didn't see Ubisoft as attached to it anywhere. So I think what might have happened is they've got the rights to it, and they've gone, we're going to remake it, and we're going to we're going to finish it. Because that kind of needs to happen. Like, imagine if GTA 6 released and it just had a cliffhanger ending, and then GTA 7 just never released.
That's not. I mean, all GTA's like anthologies, aren't they? You don't have to play the last to play the new one. You'd have to play the new one to play. Do you know what I mean?
I think.
If I play the new one to play the last.
So to be realistic here, looking at the world, GTA 6. Just final point on that, right? Obviously, as you brought it back up, GTA 6, if they were to follow what they've currently been doing, GTA 6 will probably be a prequel to GTA 5.
Would it?
Well, Red Dead Redemption 2 is.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, do GTA games really like?
No, they don't. But they do. They reference each other sometimes and stuff.
They reference each other, and they all inhabit the same world.
But maybe they've realised that that's what people want. Like, they want characters. They like to have games where you follow characters, like, from game to game.
But why wouldn't you just... I see, but, like, even how GTA 5 ends...
This is just speculation,
they'll do what they think is right.
Yeah.
But I think GTA is slowly morphing into online service.
And that's
fully.
And that's a funny thing, though, because we have a Saints Row 5 coming.
Yeah.
And if they play their cards right, they could really show GTA 5 up.
Okay.
Because GTA does the wacky jokes, but they don't do them very well. Saints Row did the wacky jokes, and it did them well. And that was always the kind of big difference between like the comedy in it.
I play Saints Row.
Yeah,
Never
you
played
should.
one.
You should get the remaster. Well, actually, Saints Row
And
3
on
is the
that
best. But yeah, on that note,
On that note, before we have another hour added to this episode,
we're on 40 minutes pretty much, so that's a bit
that's
too.
longer than I thought.
Yeah, a bit longer than we thought. So
Wrap up now.
sorry for the length. This has become a podcast essentially. But hope you've enjoyed the news. This will only happen if there's actual news out there. So please go and check out the other episodes of Today in Film and Today in Gaming, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow the Spotify and Instagram and all that stuff, and share it if you like it, blah, blah, blah. But hope you enjoyed. So goodbye.